Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another movie look back review. Now this movie definitely holds a special place in my heart because when it was originally released, I had just turned 18 years old, and from what I can remember, I believe this is the first rated R movie that I was actually able to purchase a movie ticket to go see. Now this movie's trailer definitely created a lot of buzz, and I remember walking out of the theater after seeing this movie for the first time saying, wow, what a movie. But now, 25 years later, does this movie still hold up? Well, let's get on my movie look back review for Set It Off, released back in 1996. The movie stars Jada Pinkett Smith as Stony, Queen Latifah as Cleo, Vivica A Fox as Frankie, Kimberly Elisa as Tashawn, Dr. Dre as Black Sam, John C. McGinley as Detective Strode, Blair Underwood as Keith, and was directed by F. Gary Gray. Now the story of Set It Off is going to revolve around four ladies who are each dealing with hard times in their own unique ways, and when desperate times call for desperate measures, well, their solution is going to be to hit up a bank. Now most people aren't just crazy enough to go out and just rob a bank, so what led these ladies to come to this agreement? Well, it all starts with Frankie, who at the beginning of this movie works at a bank that gets robbed, and even though she had nothing to do with this robbery, the fact that she knew one of the robbers, Darnell, is going to lead to her termination. Now what about the rest of these ladies? Well, for Stony, she's gonna look to pick up some cash when she finds out her younger brother got into college, but he's not gonna have the finances and able to do so. Now as for Cleo, I think she's really only looking for a big payday. Now what really sets things into motion for these ladies is when Tashawn, she's gonna lose her son to protective custody, and if she can't prove that she's financially responsible to take care of him, well, she's gonna lose him for good. Now before they can pull off a bank robbery, well, they're gonna need some firepower, and that's when Cleo goes and visits her old friend, Black Sam here, played by Dr. Dre. Now the two do come to an agreement because Cleo can't afford to pay for the weapons right now, but she promises Black Sam that once they pull off this job, he'll get all his money plus some interest on top. Now when the ladies show up to rob the bank, well, Tashawn, she gets cold feet and actually bails on them. Now the other three ladies are successful in the heist and they take home about $12,000. Now even though Tashawn did bail on them, they end up cutting her in on their profits, which come out to about $3,000 each. Now Detective Strode's intuition is telling him that it's Frankie and her friends that committed this bank robbery, but he's told not to pursue this lead because earlier in this movie, Stony's younger brother, well, he is shot and killed in a case of mistaken identity, and he's told to cool it on this pursuit because it wouldn't be a good look for the police department. Now, while getting their hands on $3,000 each was certainly nice, they all come to the agreement that they should hit up one more bank in achieving a really big payday. Now, the ladies are successful in their second bank robbery, and in order to hide the evidence, they actually put it in an event at one of their job sites. But when the ladies show up to work one day, they find out that their former employer, Luther, has mysteriously got out of the business. When they go to check for the money, it's gone, and now these ladies are set on hunting him down. Now Luther will definitely get his just desserts, but the money, it's nowhere to be found. And with these ladies each having their own desperate motives and more confidence than ever, they decide it's time to hit up a federal bank. Now as we head into the final heist of this movie, let's just say this movie not only gets very intense, but extremely dramatic, as these ladies have found themselves way over their heads and severely outnumbered. And when all is said and done, well, there's only gonna be one lady left standing. Now, do I recommend the movie Set It Off? Yes, I do. While not as impactful as the first time I watched it 25 years ago, it's still a heck of a ride. There's some great action scenes to be had here, but what really makes this movie tick are the characters, as you will really sympathize with them in their struggles. And even though they're doing bad things, I still find myself rooting for these ladies to succeed. Now, as of this recording, Set It Off isn't streaming for free on any of your favorite platforms, but I have seen it available on cable channels like TBS and TNT. But I think, guys, wait for this movie to come on a streaming platform, because I think Set It Off is definitely one of those movies you really want to sit down, get invested in, and not be interrupted by commercials. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving the movie Set It Off a 9 out of 10. This is just such a really great action/drama movie from director F. Gary Gray. Now, I was a fan of F. Gary Gray's work as he was directing music videos, and in the late 90s, he was also kicking butt as a movie director, and this is definitely a prime example of how really good his work was. Now, there are some plot points and some plot holes here in this movie, but honestly, this movie gets me so invested in the story that it's easy for me to overlook them and forgive them. Set It Off is just such a really good bank heist movie. Plus, this movie also has an awesome soundtrack to go along with it. Now, if you guys have ever seen the movie Set It Off, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. And guys, if you like movie look back reviews like this, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.